now we know why they didn't want us looking at the Department of Education.
This is why the United States has never needed a Department of Education more than it does today, and why the current administration relies on the poorly educated to spread its propaganda. And I'm going to show you all this, not with technical legal terms. I'm going to use Google to let you see that reality is just a grasp away. Let's start with this little gem that has nothing to do with anything.
These numbers come directly from USED.gov.
The website for the Department of Education is ed.gov. And while this doesn't bode well for your Olympic application of logic, let's look at the numbers you've put together.
DOGE found that a $4.6 million contract was to coordinate Zoom and in-person meetings. There was a $3 million contract to write a report that showed that prior reports were not utilized by the school. Then you have a $1.4 million contract to physically observe mailing and clerical operations.
So I'm no mathematician, but I believe the total amount of wasteful spending that you put together is $9 million. And while that may seem like a lot, you have to consider that the total annual budget for the Department of Education is $268 billion. We can sit here for hours and talk about whether or not that's enough money or too much money, but that's not the point, because the point I want to make is the wasteful spending that you think was discovered amounts to 0.0033%. 0.0033%. Let me put that in perspective. In 2022, which was the last available year, the average annual salary for a United States worker was $61,900. 0.0033% of that annual salary is $2.04. So you're suggesting that an entire federal agency should be shut down for what amounts to evidence of 0.0033% of wasted spending. That is like an entire family being disbanded because the person that holds the purse strings wasted $2.04 an entire year. And I hope we can all agree that if the total evidence that a made-up agency can come up with to prove such federal waste that it justifies closing down an entire agency is the equivalent of $2 a year for a family, maybe, just maybe, there's a different reason that they're not telling you or me as to why they want to shut down these agencies.